Wall Street bracing for another rocky day following the UK's decision to leave the European Union. This morning, Dow futures are down again, but not as bad as what Friday was. Friday was bad. It appears investors are now bracing for a drop of a little less than 1% at the opening bell. On Friday, the Dow plummeted more than 600 points, wiping out some $420 billion in U.S. stock value. Right now, there are fears the Brexit vote could trigger a global recession. So what does it mean to your investment portfolio? We're joined by our friend, Certified Financial Planner, Bert. Joe, good to see you.
Right.
Hope it was a good weekend. So let's talk about Brexit. Sure. We've heard it so much. We know markets do not like uncertainty, and we definitely have that.
Markets don't like uncertainty, but they despise surprises. Yeah. And that's what we got Friday morning. You know, Thursday night we went to bed. The bookies and the polls all said that it's going to be a stay situation. We wake up and find it's a leave situation, and that's what triggered all the sell-off on Friday.
And we see things move, and it's one of those days. If you look at your statement, your 401k,
it's ugly.
You're not supposed to do it. See, you listened to Joe Friday. So what do you do? I mean, I would guess you would say nothing.
Nothing, yeah. The worst thing to do is shoot and ask questions later, and that's what virtually everybody does, and that's why most people are poor investors, because we don't let our emotions take charge. We go on our 401k, we see all this red, and say, oh, it's time to sit on the sidelines, wait till things straighten out. You never know when it's going to straighten out, and you got to remember your 401k is long-term. It's for your retirement. It's not to be used the next week, month, or year, and we're going to have a lot of uncertainty. We always have uncertainty. Right. But the worst thing to do is make emotional decisions, which is what triggers all this.
And I think, Joe, we always hear people talk about the global economy. Right. This is the great example that what happens here certainly affects us in Orlando. It affects us all across the world. Yeah,
there's no question. And this is what everybody's trying to figure out. I kind of liken this to somebody kicked over an anthill. And you got all these variables that are working in this Brexit. How is it going to interplay with the remaining EU nations? How is it going to play with the United States and the rest of the world? These trade deals that have to be renegotiated. And it could be a long time before all this settles out. You know, they have to trigger what's called Article 50. You've probably heard about this, where that triggers the 2-year window when they have to settle this thing. Well, that may not even happen until October when they get a new prime minister. So we got a lot of water that has to go under the bridge. The best thing to do is just be cool, stay the course, don't make emotional decisions. It's going to be in the news an awful lot, but the worst thing to do is jump out at the wrong time and then try to figure out when to get back in.
Great advice. That's why he can handle the markets and react like that. Joe, what's the best way to reach you?
Just Google me once again, Joe Bert, 2 words, B-E-R-T.
Joe, sounds good.